So far, we have created a project, imported documents, added labels, extracted some data, and looked at how to leverage filters, machine learning models, and export features to optimize our time and share our efforts. Next, we will take a look at how the Sysrev API allows users to deftly push and pull data from their projects. While there are many ways to access the Sysrev API, this demo will utilize the program rStudio Cloud along with the rSysrev package. You can learn more about and download the rSysrev package at r.sysrev.com. The home page includes details on how to install the package, and the Reference tab contains a list of the current commands. We will be adding new commands to the rSysrev package, so be sure to check in frequently. We have also made more information and code available on the rSysrev GitHub page, which can be found at github.com/sysrev/rsr. This is rStudio Cloud. It allows me to write and execute R code. Now the first thing I need to do is load some libraries, as well as provide my developer token. Here I've imported some libraries, and now rStudio is asking for my developer token. The Sysrev developer token can be found on your user settings page. Now let's pull in some data. As you can see, the next command line is get group label answers from project 81395. Let's take a look at project 81395. This was a project we conducted on how specific genetic mutations in prostate cancer affect treatment outcomes. Clicking on any one article will show what types of data we were extracting. Although it is hard to see the individual pieces of data in this view, as we extracted so much, in fact, we extracted over 10,000 pieces of data from these 13 clinical trials. By looking at the group label titles, we can see the types of information that we were looking at. Relative outcomes, such as hazard ratios, single outcomes ratios, such as PSA responses, single population outcomes, such as progression-free survival, and biomarkers. And now let's take a closer look at this last table. What this table shows us is the different genes that were monitored by this clinical trial, and whether a mutation of that gene was required for inclusion, was excluded from the trial, or if the trial simply recorded whether or not there was a mutation. Okay, back to rStudio. Now that we've grabbed the group labels, let's take a look at their names. Sure enough, those are the 4 tables that we saw. If we dive into the biomarker table, we can see the exact same information in a new format. Biomarker, what type of eligibility criteria it was, as well as some metadata about the review itself, the article ID, and username of the person who extracted the data. One of the big questions we wanted to answer was simply, are all of the trials looking at the same mutations? With just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines of code, we can begin to answer that question. And the answer is no. There is quite a lot of variation across the trials for which genes were being monitored. As the API is live, were we to add a new trial or new data and rerun the code, the plot would update accordingly. But let's keep moving. Next, I want to look at just one of the group labels, single outcomes ratio. Let's take a look at the top of the new entity. Now we can see the extracted information, what outcome was being measured, what the treatment was, other defining features, what the actual value of the outcome was, and again, metadata about the review itself. You can see that we even tracked where in the publication each data was found, in case we needed to audit our findings. Data is nice, but can be hard to interpret. Fortunately, with just a few more lines of code, we can build a forest plot of all of the single outcome ratios from the 13 articles. In this way, the Sysrev API allows users to programmatically access and manipulate data from their projects. With the new SetLabel feature, users can even push data to their projects. This is useful for uploading metadata, uploading partially completed or outdated reviews for updating, or to push custom models. If you'd like to learn more about what's possible with the Sysrev API, contact us at info@insilica.co.